Oh man, Jason, you got it. You got people in here already, man. Look at some of the comments already. We got people saying, "Hey, uh, looks like we got some Eagles fans in the building. Fly Eagles, fly!" From my guy Sean. So everybody tuned in. Appreciate you stopping by. Of course, you know it's your boy Q Walker from Beyond the Game. We got a special guest in the building. We got Kentucky's very own, Harrisburg very own, Jason Dunn in the building. But Jason, before we get things cracking, this is what we're gonna do today, man. You know, we're gonna have a fun time today. We're gonna have a ball. I'm gonna ask you some questions. But in the meantime, between time to keep things lighthearted, I got these this deck full of questions right here, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'm gonna pull one out, man. I'm gonna give you an example of one of the questions. Let's see. Things like this. This question says, "When were your parents most disappointed in you?" Yeah, yeah. So you ain't gotta answer that right now. Just every so often throughout this interview, I'm gonna pull one up, and we'll shoot one of them questions. But for the people who are tuned in right now, let everybody know where you from, how you got into the NFL, high school. So what got you into football, and when did you start playing?
Uh, let's go. I'm from Bergen, Kentucky. With the Harrisburg High. Started playing football by my second grade.
You said second grade.
Second grade. So I really all my older played football, basketball, ran track. Uh, got the Harrisburg kind of there at Harrisburg. It was also got recruited to college.
I don't mean to cut you off. Is you got like a microphone or something? It's like a little distorted. It's going in and out a little bit. Yeah. It was just going out a little bit. It was a little distorted.
Okay. But now,
A little bit. It was like when you were talking, people saying you're echoing. They couldn't really hear you.
okay. But now,
It's a little bit better, yeah.
uh, yeah,
Oh man, they still saying that you echoing just a little bit. They can barely hear you. Oh, man. You got another phone close by?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'll tell you what. Let me see something. See. What about now? Is it echoing?
Nah, it's a lot more clear now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hear echo right now. Actually,
Now you perfect, bro. You perfect.
I'm okay. All right, cool.
Yeah. Yes. So go ahead and start from the beginning about growing up and when you started playing football.
Okay, so growing up, pretty much in the country, from Bergen, Kentucky, went to Harrisburg High School. So if everybody knows, Bergen is in a small town. It's a smaller town than Harrisburg. Uh, Probably one stop sign and a little stop light that you had. It's not even
Mm.
like a full stop light, not the three colors. The one red. That's it. Uh, Went to Harrisburg High School. Started playing football around the second grade. Um, was in sports all my whole life. I watched my brothers and sisters play sports. They were pretty good athletes. Very good, actually. Most of them went to school, played basketball, ran track. Uh, and so I just kind of followed in their footsteps. And once I went over to Harrisburg, um, about my junior year, became somewhat of a, like I said, quote, quote, uh, star athlete. at Harrisburg, and ended up becoming three sport all state athlete. Was up for male athlete of the year, won male athlete of the year in my region. Was up for male athlete of the year in the state of Kentucky. Ended up getting recruited to play football and basketball in college, and so decided to go to EKU on a football scholarship. And so I actually went to Eastern to go play both football and basketball, but the basketball part didn't work out, so I just went ahead and stuck with football.
Mm.
So
When you was coming out of high school, what other schools were looking at you?
you know what? When I came out, I had UK was looking at me, Ball State, Notre Dame, partial scholarship, um, all the state schools around here, Western, Murray, Moorhead, you name it. Uh, I got a lot of looks from like MAC schools
Mm.
playing football, and like I said, decided Eastern was the fit for me. So um, just kind of worked out that way. Eastern actually had it was between Eastern and Western at the very end where I wanted to go. And so what sold me on it was the number of guys Eastern was putting into the NFL as
Mm.
compared to like UK and all those other places. And also too, when I went into the recruiting tour, Coach Kidd had 6 rings, 6 championship rings. And so that was something that was really impressive to me. So I decided to go to Eastern.
Yeah, that was about to be my next question. Is what ultimately led you to go to Eastern? I got a question right here. This one's from Sean Gurton. Who recruited you in basketball?
Basketball was the same thing. Had a little touch from Eastern, from Western, uh, K State, uh, some of the smaller schools around, Northern Kentucky, uh, Moorhead, uh, Murray. So I had some looks in basketball, and I basketball was definitely my love, but my first love, without a doubt, and y'all gonna see this hat. Okay, if everybody know what this hat is, right? This is like an old school hat. Some of the people that really know sports know what this hat is. This was actually my first love.
Oh, so why did you want to pursue that when you got to college? You just was it was too much basketball, football. You really didn't have time for baseball.
I did, I tell you what, I tell people this all the time, man. I only have one regret in life. One regret. One regret was I stopped playing baseball after my junior year. And
Mm.
so that was something that had to do with me and the coach on the team, you know, kind of biding my time between baseball and track. And, he had an issue and a problem with it. And so dealing with that, I quit. And I know, see, my man right here knows it. Expos. That's right. Montreal Expos. The hat. Uh, and so I ended up quitting baseball my junior year. And that was the one thing. And I tell you this, that was probably the sport I worked on the most. I mean, I'm talking about in the wintertime. I'm throwing baseball during the summer. I mean, I never stopped, never stopped. So I was a good, really good baseball player, really good baseball player. That was it. I quit my junior year. That was my one regret I had.
Man, one regret that junior year. What you think you could have made it to the MLB? Was you like that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You was like that?
Yeah. And I'll say that not just talent alone, but my passion I had for the game.
Yeah.
Passion I had for the game, and we'll kind of talk about this working into it. Uh, just being a coach, uh, I realized exactly how important it was for guys to connect with coaches,
Mm.
coaches to inspire guys. And I always say this: sometimes when you see players, uh, there's some bad coaches out there.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I'm not going to name any names. I think at the time, uh, it wasn't encouraged as much because of certain situations down there at Harrisburg, but we'll leave it at that. Like,
Okay. I say no more. I think it's a part of sports that doesn't get talked about enough. Is that the bad coaches that are out there are the coaches who don't help the kids get to where they need to go as far as like getting them into school and college because as sad as it may sound, some of these grown coaches harbor bitterness towards these kids and forget that it's about the kid instead of okay, well, we don't get along, so I really ain't gonna help him out that much. Versus, okay, we might not get along, but I'm gonna help him get into school somewhere. Yeah, I think that doesn't get talked about enough in sports as far as like the bad coaches. But go back to EKU. What would you say was your best game in college? You still there, Jason?
Say it again.
What would you
Yeah,
say?
keep breaking
Uh,
up. I was.
I was saying, what was your best game in college?
Best game in college
Yeah.
was without a doubt my senior year, and now
What game was that?
that was against Western. So it was the first game of the season that we had, and we had actually played Western the year before down there, and we lost. And
Mm.
one of the reasons that we lost was because of a pass that I missed at the end of the game.
Mm.
And if I had actually caught that pass at the end of the game, we would have had a chance to beat them. And I really internalized that for the rest of the year. So my senior year, we had Western the very first game of the season, and I had a reverse for 65 yards. I had a catch in the end zone, kind of like a diving long arm catch. My boy calls me Stretch Armstrong to this day because of that catch.
so 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 that- so
So
pretty so pretty
that
much
was
because of
without a
that
doubt.
game. Go ahead. Can you hear me, Jason? Where Jason go? Jason, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right.
I can. I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. So because of that game, your junior year, you made sure that next year when y'all played Western, you made sure you was gonna put up numbers in that game.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. It was like.
Okay. So I got another question down here. This one is from Sean again as well. When did you know you had a chance to play in the NFL? Can you?
Uh. So looking at the question, when did I know I had a chance to play in the NFL?
Yeah.
Um. So my after my freshman year, uh, we always have like scouts that come in
Mm-hmm.
during the spring, and so during that spring we had NFL scouts came in, was looking at about five guys on our team, and so I ended up running the 40 for the scouts, and of course doing some other uh, lifting and whatnot for them. So the guy asked me, he said, kind of like, when are you coming out? This is your senior year. And I remember telling the scout, I said, no, sir. I said, I'm only a freshman. And he looked at me like, what?
Dang.
Like you're only a freshman? I was like, yeah. Maybe there's something there. So I know at Eastern, one thing we did is we bred competitive guys. It was just a competitive atmosphere. And so that was one thing that we always seen. We always seen year in year out guys going to the NFL. So that was also a motivating factor, just a drive. Just seeing other guys before you have that opportunity to go to the NFL that you always just thought that you would have a chance, uh, to be, the next guy going in line.
We got people saying you being modest. You knew that you could go pro first day you stepped on campus.
Well, who
it,
said that?
that comment was from a Murray Garvin.
Well, I see. Yeah, I see some of the comments, and I had some arrogance to me. I know my boys is watching me, so I was definitely arrogant, walking around. But
There we go.
sometimes
There we go. There we go.
you want to prove yourself. You know, yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
what
one of
I.
my dogs, man. He's the same way. Him and Burks played on there too.
Yeah, that's what I. Yeah, I don't want those old modest politically. Well, I was no. I want to know like, yeah, I thought I was that man first day on campus. I could have went pro after the first game. That's what I want to hear. So, after your senior season, explain to me and the people who are watching as well what the NFL Combine process is like, because I don't think a lot of people realize how that happens from whenever you're a junior, senior, to going into the combine. So, explain to the people, how does the NFL Combine process start?
Uh, so I give you. So my junior year, after I get finished with my junior year, uh, nothing illegal. But I remember during the summer, I come back to my room and there was a guy that was sitting on my couch, and of course I'm looking around like what is this guy doing here? I mean, like he's an agent. He's passing through Eastern Kentucky to go down to Louisville, and he wanted me to know where I was ranked at, and by the scouts. And so I guess the scouts go ahead and rate guys, based off of what guys grade out in, what they can do, what they've done on the field. And I ended up finding out that I was rated pretty high. And
Mm.
so I was just kind of shocked when he told me that I was rated number one tight end in the nation. So I was like, man, that's cool. For Eastern Kentucky, he said, no, I'm talking about the entire nation.
Damn.
Ohio State, Michigan, you're the number one tight end in the yeah. Well, I guess so.
Oh, look like we lost Jason for a second there. We're gonna have to bring him back. I don't know what happened to him. He was starting to get into where he was ranked at all time in college. Well, I know y'all really don't want to hear me talk, but I'm gonna talk anyways because y'all here on Beyond the Game. Here we go. We're gonna bring Jason back on here. Hold on. There we go. There we go. You was talking about how you was the best tight end in the whole nation. Can you hear me, Jason?
I can hear you.
Okay. You was talking about how you was the best tight end in the whole nation.
Yeah, so that's where the scouts had me rated as the number one tight end in the entire nation, which was just, I mean, mind-boggling to me.
Mm.
So coming in your senior year, it's always about your numbers, what you do during the season. And I had a pretty good senior year. Actually, matter of fact, I played both offense and defense my senior year in football. So I had so yeah, he was playing. I did well at defensive end as well. I had I think 6 sacks. Uh, and and when I played defensive end, they would just bring me on, passing situations. But end up going to the so what ends up happening after you finish up your senior season, you either go to like all star games. And I went to the Senior Bowl. Senior Bowl, East and West Shrine game is another one. So I ended up going to the Senior Bowl. Senior Bowl was kind of more the prominent bowl games that they had that was coached by NFL coaches. And so they have a chance to evaluate you at that time during the January game. So I had Dennis Erickson from Seattle Seahawks back in the day. His
Mm-hmm.
head coach was my coach for that game, and I was competing against all the guys that was coming into the league. And so that year when I was coming into the league, we had Ray Lewis, Brian Dawkins, uh, let me see, Donnie Edwards, Joe Horn. I mean, we could go through Terrell Owens.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see, Eddie George. I mean, we just go up and down the line of guys that when I'm talking about, this is the class they had Keyshawn Johnson. So this was actually the year they had. It was called the year of the wide receiver. So my boy
Okay.
Diallo Burks out here, he's on there. Was a guy from Eastern also, standout wide receiver, uh, who was phenomenal route runner that came to Eastern as well, and ended up getting drafted with the Philadelphia, or was up on training camp with us. So that process of guys evaluating you go into the combine, and then once you get to the combine, that's when you really test out and you see exactly how you measure up against all the other guys in the nation.
Right.
And so it's the combine is something that people, if you've never really been there to experience it, it is really like a meat market. And it was, I tell people all the time, it's almost like, we're a commodity. So we don't have a real conversation, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Okay. So to me, it kind of reminded me of almost like it would be, almost like you have slaves on the gallows.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're literally up there without the shirt on. You put wool, and everybody's checking you. I mean, you got the scouts checking your muscles, like, oh yeah, that's nice. Checking how big your hands are, and just eye-opening experience. Like, hey, we sit up here like a piece of meat. And I'm sitting in a room with 150 grown men from teams checking us out. Which is just you got to do what you have to do. But it kind of reminds me of something like that after you look back on it. So anyway, going to that, man, I actually I had the most on the bench press. Ended up doing 30, 36 times. I had a 41-inch vertical, and I ran the 40 at college at 4.47. I ran a 4.47 at college for tight end. So that was two.
Hold on. Time out. Hold on, boss. You said you ran a 4.47?
Yeah, 4.47. I ran a 4.47.
Man, my dude was. How big was you? What was your weight at that time?
I was 259, 260.
You 260 doing a 4.4.
Yeah, man. I could pick him up, put him down.
Hey, my guy was moving back in the day, man. Damn.
Hey, I was an athlete now. I was an athlete, no question about it.
God, what's your 40 now?
My 40 now?
Yeah.
I gotta use the sundown now. I'll tell you what. If I had a chance to show you a video, so my oldest daughter challenged me. Athlete, played, soccer, ran track, and so she challenged me last year to a 40-yard dash, and I ended up beating her.
Damn.
Yeah, so I ain't gonna say I definitely ain't no 4.47. So I like to say I'm under 5 seconds. I'm gonna say I'm always under 5.
So you ain't 4.4, but you what 4.6 now? 4.6.
Yeah, maybe 4.8, 4.9, maybe, I don't know.
Hey man, 260 running 4.4. My guy was moving. So you went through the NFL combine. After that process is over with, is that when they start taking you into rooms to interview with some of the coaches?
Yes. So that in itself, man, is an experience where you come in, and when I tell you, they divulge in every little thing that you do, all in your life. They get down to it, because you have to realize these guys are investing into a player, and they want to make sure they're getting the right pick. So if you want to invest, a lot of money into one guy, you got to know exactly what it is that you're getting. So when you come into it, the guys, coaches sit around. You're sitting at one end of the table. You got the management, the coaches, training staff, and everybody's asking you questions. So it's just a round table of questions. Okay, let's get to nitty gritty. How many girlfriends you got? We get down to like, who is this guy? We want to know. And so you could try to lie, if you will, but you got to realize all the guys that work in the NFL security and whatnot are ex-FBI, CIA. So they've done their homework. They know what guys are. They know what guys have been in. They know what they've done. And they check when you were from the time you were little up until draft day. That's how it works. So they do a thorough check about who a guy is. But it's always good to kind of see what the coach is getting, and you also have a chance to see the coaching staff with who they are and where you're going to be going as well. So that's a good start to the rapport that you start with the team and the coaches.
Do you remember anything crazy? Like what was one of the craziest questions you got asked by a GM or something like that?
Oh man. Uh, hmm.
Because while you're sitting there thinking about it, I remember back for the people who are watching. I don't know if y'all remember this as well. When Des Bryant was coming out, and one of the GMs had asked him about his mom being a prostitute, and so that leads me to think, was there anything crazy that they asked you about?
uh, no, I'm trying to remember. No, not really. And some
No.
things it was. Well, I tell you, it was some things in college they asked about as far as my relationship with my coach. Uh, you know, I was a hard worker, all those different things. But I didn't really. I wouldn't say it's crazy. So maybe some of the questions they got into, I won't quite ask. Tell you what some of the questions were. But
Got you.
yeah, yeah. But it was
So So before we get to the NFL draft, we're gonna take a pause real quick. I told you we're gonna bring out one of these questions. So for people who just now tuning in, I got this deck of questions. Now normally what would happen is if we were sitting, in the same room, I would have him draw one of these questions and he would have to answer one of them. But since unfortunately due to COVID-19 and quarantine and all of that type of stuff, we doing it live on Facebook. So I'm gonna just grab one of these cards and see what we got popping up in here. Hold on, man. Make it real smooth and simple for you. All right, so the first question, let's see. And just so everybody watching, so they don't be like, he picked what you want he want to do. So I'm gonna just lift it up. So this was kind of simple. What technology do you wish existed?
hmm,
Oh my
cell
God.
phones,
Huh?
cell phones, like the what's the name, the smartphones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish they existed back then.
Oh, back in the day, I don't know, bro. If back in the day, they would have got a lot of people in a lot of trouble back then.
Yeah, I know, man. We was going to, using dimes and quarters, man, to go to the phone booth. You know what I mean? I was telling my kids the other day, I said, man, you don't even. I said, back in the day, man, we used to have telephone cord. The cord was about 50 feet long. You had to go from one room to the next, wrap the cord around your arm. You know what I'm saying? And try to short it up.
They don't know nothing about that. They don't know nothing about that. So we gonna pick one more before we continue on with the NFL draft. Let's see this one. What is something that most people are obsessed with, but you just don't get the point of?
Mm. Social media.
Social
So,
media.
yeah. Some of the things I tell you what, I just got on Instagram about 3 months ago. And so I didn't really get the whole, because I was seeing silly things, people posting their food, all types of craziness. I'm like, man, is that what you, like, really? That's what you think it is? This is what it is? So so social media kind of, I'm working into it. But once I got
Gotcha.
on it and I started learning how to do it, and it took, and the first time I got on it actually was when uh, Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl. And so
Mm.
when we out there for the celebration, I had this 15-year-old kid ask me, he's like, so what is that, like your Instagram name and what's your, I was like, man, look, I have no idea what you're talking about.
He was speaking a different language to you, wasn't he?
Language, a whole different language. But I tell you what he did. He sat there with me for 15 minutes, 20, and showed me how to work it, how to get on, how to get my numbers. And I was just like, man, this is crazy. I got this 15-year-old kid taking me through this. But it was a great experience, man.
You said
I appreciate it. Yeah.
you said you had a 15-year-old kid showing a grown man how to use a social media account.
Yeah, man. I just, I felt like a Neanderthal. I don't know. I'm just sitting there looking at it like, I'm like, what? Like, you can do this? And, of course, he's like, man, you just got to just kind of play around with it a little bit and you'll start getting used to it. And so I did, man, but I haven't really posted anything lately.
Got you.
I like to
So
though.
so let's go back to the NFL draft. Did you have any kind of idea where you might fall in between?
I did. I did. So after going through all the evaluation, talking to the teams, because what ends up happening also after you get finished with the combine, teams actually bring you out to their facility, the ones that's kind of the ones willing to draft you, the ones
Mm-hmm.
that's really serious about drafting you. So I went to Philadelphia, I went to Kansas City, I went to Minnesota, and I went to St. Louis. And so I knew that I was first round pick, and that was that's what it was going to be. I was going to be a first round pick, maybe second, but really I was slotted to be a first round pick. Like I said, I was always been slotted. I was the number one tight end in the nation, and so just falling in that, supposed to be a first round pick.
Mm.
So,
Did you get it? Did you get invited to the draft room?
so I got invited to the draft from my agent who was out of Cincinnati. Was telling me that what we had got invited to the draft room. We would go to New York during that time, and kind of see, how everything works out. But to me, I was just like, what, I wanted my family to be involved more. So with it, and like I said, I'm the youngest out of 11. So the more people I'm able to have with it and to enjoy it is what it was really all about. So it wasn't necessarily about me; it was about me, and my family, and them enjoying me getting into the NFL more so than anything else.
Yeah. So while you're around your family and you enjoying the draft, when the first day, because back in '96, it was broken up by multiple days. So uh, were you any kind of like disappointed after that first round went by and you didn't hear your name called? Did you feel slighted or anything like that?
I did, but I had a team call me. Actually, I had two teams call me during the first round. And so I remember Philly, Minnesota called me first. And so I was talking to the coach. He's like, "Hey, Jason, look, you think about pulling the trigger on you? You know, just you know, just wait and kind of see what's going on, and I'll call you back." So Minnesota passes. I get to Philadelphia. Philadelphia calls me, and they just like, "All right, Jason, we got to pick in the first round." Same thing. We're we're looking to get you. Be ready. Sit there by your phone. Be ready. So I'm anticipating. I'm looking like, okay, here's the phone call. Ready to come. Here comes the announcement. Philadelphia Eagles first round pick, offensive tackle Jermaine Mayberry. And I was
Mm.
like,
Mm.
and they immediately called me after they made that pick. Coach called me up. It was so I said, man, what happened? I said, man, look, I demand an explanation. I mean, that's what I'm talking to him. I said, I demand an explanation, like what's going on. So he said, well, Jason, he said, most of us on board. There's a couple of questions about some situations that happened in college, and I kind of go into it, uh, and we'll talk truthfully here. Uh, Me and my coach in college, we had some kind of
Gotcha.
attack things, yeah, and it was he had kind of basically said to some of the teams that uh, Jason didn't work hard. He did what he wanted to do, uh,
Mm.
and so some through his mouth, some of the things that he had said, I guess, turned their choice to at least take me in the first round. And so
Mm.
I remember saying that there was a question. I said, what do you mean? I said, I've answered every question that you needed, answer. Done everything I asked you to do. And so he's just like, yeah, I know it. He said, Jason, look. He said, look, don't worry about it. He said, man, look, if you here next in the second round, we're gonna take you. But by that time, I was done. And so
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I remember I'm sitting there on my agent's back porch, and I'm just sitting there like this with my arms crossed, and I'm just looking, and I'm just thinking, and I'm just so upset. And I remember I just kept telling myself, I said, you know what? Every team that passed me in the first round, I'm gonna make pay. And I said, this doesn't motivate you to go out there and show everybody who you are, then I mean, nothing will. So I was pissed. I was absolutely pissed. And I remember when I got drafted. So when my name finally comes in the second round, Philly picks me up in the second round, right? I think I was the only one in the room not smiling.
Mm. It was all business for you at that point.
It was all business, and I was so upset. I was pissed. I was pissed. And I was just sitting there thinking, like, it's just crazy. And I'm just like, yeah, I just, so in my head, my wheels are just turning. I'm just like, yo, this has been better. It's what it's going to be. Been better. And so the best way to do that is, when you go out there to play, you show everybody who you are.
Yeah.
You go out there, you perform. You let the performance speak on the field. So, long story short, my rookie year, I had two tight ends taken ahead of me. One was Ricky Belly of Ohio State and Marco Battaglia of Rutgers. So I played 12 years in the NFL. I'm not sure how many years those guys played, but they didn't have close to the numbers I had as far as years in the league, impact that they had on the field. My rookie team, I ended up, uh, my boy right here, D. Burks, man, he was up there in Philly with me. Like I said, Eagles. Uh, and I made our rookie team. Made our rookie team that year. Go to Hawaii. I'm also a alternate for the Pro Bowl. And I go where they had this one. They had like the rookie beach bowl.
Okay.
So I ended up winning MVP of the rookie beach bowl. Beat
Damn.
Keyshawn Johnson all those guys and win $10,000 for that, being the MVP of that game. So
Damn.
I just let my football do the talking, man.
So let me ask you this. I know you said a couple teams was interested in you to draft you. Before you got that phone call from Minnesota, was there one team that you were hoping was gonna snatch you up?
Uh, One team I wanted to play with at the time was Kansas City. Because at the time they had Joe Montana, and I wanted to play with Joe 1 year. I remember he ended up retiring, and so I was like, "Dang, that's the guy I wanted to play with. I wanted to, catch a pass from Joe Montana. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
I know Kansas City at the time was in the works. They took my boy Reggie Tongue. Uh, me and Reggie played together down there at the Senior Bowl. Good dude. But man, that's the one team I wanted to go to. Now the
That was
one
one.
team I know for sure I didn't want to go to, I can tell you that.
Who's that?
Well, we gonna go to Green Bay, man. It was so cold. I'm like,
Oh man, he refused to go to Green Bay. It ended up working out for you.
yeah, I just didn't want to go somewhere real cold. So I know Buffalo and Green Bay was the two. I just like, man. I'd have been, to be honest with you, I'd have been happy to go anywhere, man. First, I'd have been happy. So
So when you got to Philadelphia training camp first day, what was your thoughts when you seen everything going on?
man. Well, training camp first day, and so this is what happens. So when you get drafted, immediately that week you get prepared, get ready, and you fly up there to the city that you go to. You go to the team immediately. So it ain't like you have some time to kind of sit back, enjoy this. You are immediately flown out and go up there. Somebody go Packers. All right, yeah, Packers. I was gonna say, Pedro, you go up there.
So you go up there and play for them, but you
Right,
said
right.
you said that first week they fly you up there, they get you the playbook.
Playbook, and it's all business. So as soon as I get up there, I mean that's when you hit the media, you do all the film work, the cameras, the photography. You get out there and you start seeing some of the city. Now, mind you, look, I'm an old country boy, right? Coming from Harrisburg with probably 7,000 people, 9,000 I think we got now, right? Uh, to a big city like Philly, about 4 million. Man, you talking about the buildings and oh my gosh, man, I just culture shock, man. It just blew me away. Blew me away. And so it was an exciting time, but it was really, how would you say it? I was really anticipating. You know what I mean? Just really nervous having to deal with it because it was all new to me.
Mm.
Especially just getting thrust into this situation and you know going to the city of brotherly love, baby. Philadelphia, Illy
Phil-
Philly.
Philly, Philly. So when you got to training camp, what was your first experience like when you was like, man, this ain't nothing like college? What was your first experience during training camp when you realized, man, this ain't nothing like college?
Uh,
He starts laughing.
you know what? There's a lot of things. Well, then I mean, you get up there and you start realizing that these jokers out here, man, they playing for their family. I remember seeing
Yeah.
William Fuller, uh, Big Will, the defensive end, man. And I remember Big Will had a tank top on, and his shoulders, man, he had hair all on his arm, on the top of his. I'm like, shit, like look at this. Look at all the shoes, and I like, oh man, I gotta block this joke here, practice every day. This is who I gotta hit every single day.
Mm-hmm.
So, and when you get up there and saw all this, nobody's smiling. Ain't nobody really smiling. Everybody looking tough. Everybody looking like they in the prison yard just coming out. You know what I'm saying? So when you realize that, man, you realize, okay, this is the real deal. This ain't no funny business. Your boys is back home. Uh, it's time to go ahead and get to getting.
Get to
Get
getting it.
in it. Yeah,
Let's look.
yeah. But
Take some of these questions real quick. Sean says, when did you realize how crazy Philly fans are?
oh man, uh, probably that first week when I got up there, and I guess they have a radio show 610, Howard Eskin, Merle Reeves, uh, shoot, Stephen A. Stephen A. was up there. Stephen A. was a guy up
Oh,
there in Philly.
yeah,
So I used to
you're
see
right.
Stephen A. in the locker room all the time. So it was when you, I remember driving down the road listening to the radio, and they were just cussing the Eagles out. They were just saying bad things about us. Man, I'll tell you, I was just like, oh my gosh, he's supposed to be our fans. And they were just talking so bad about us. Oh my goodness. I mean, you sound like we was the worst thing ever. So I knew right then and there, man, how fanatical fans were in Philly. But I was also just crazy how they were. You know what I mean? Uh, but it was also a good thing. It's almost like the same thing. So I don't know if you have brothers or not, or but it's like this. Your brother could talk bad about you all day long. But as soon as somebody else say something about you,
Then
boy,
it's
they ready to
on.
go. That's it. Right.
Yep.
Straight to the grill with it. Yeah,
Yep.
straight to the grill.
It's on.
Yeah, man.
So we get through training camp. It's game one of the season. How was you feeling that first game? Butterflies, nervous? Was you throwing up? How was you feeling that first game?
Yeah, yeah. So I'll take it back a step. So preseason, getting ready for preseason. Preseason does a good job of kind of getting guys ready for that the action, what it's going to be during the season.
Yeah.
During the season. And so I remember during that first game, we come out of the tunnel. And so we get out in the tunnel, man, and you see everybody just, I mean, the whole crowd just going crazy. And the butterflies that you just had was just, oh my gosh. I mean, it almost broke you down. I mean, your knees are shaking, you sit out there, you're just like, oh, I just want to make it out there on the field after, right? And, uh, and I remember because I ended up starting the game when I ran out. I watched a fullback ran out first before me. And his name was Kevin Turner, man. Uh, uh, God rest his soul. Kevin KT, man, was a great guy. Uh, and he ran out. And the energy he ran out in, I'm talking about full speed. It looked like WWE, like when, he used to just run down the
Yeah.
like pull people over. I mean, like just throwing the cheerleaders over there. I was like, oh my god, it was so bananas, man. And I remember when I first started, after the very first play, they had to get me off the field because I was hyperventilating. I was just so hyped and just hyperventilating. Like, the coach was like, Jason, just calm down, right? I'm sitting there like, it was just, it was mind blowing, but it was experience, no doubt.
Man, you almost got me wanting to play football, but I tried it. Hey, bro, it wasn't for me, man. I tried it. Hey, man, look, I was in high school, right? I went to Bryan Station here in Lexington, Kentucky. I don't know if you've heard of it before, but
Oh, yeah.
so my sophomore year, they had went to the state and they had lost to Saint X. This was back. This is in this is after you was gone. This is like in 2001. So I'm 6'4". I'm 175 pounds soaking wet. So I'm like, you know what? Everybody keeps telling me I can play wide receiver. I'm gonna try. So that January, they have winter workouts, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna go after school. So I'm working out every day with the team. You know what I'm saying? January, February, March, April, May. So May comes, they post on the wall 2-a-days. So I'm like, okay. I grab my partner. I said, hey, bro, what's 2-a-days? Oh, that's what we practice 2 times in the summer. It was that day where I figured, you know what, football ain't for me, bro. Football not my sport. Because I'm not very be out here in pants and short. Nah, 2 days or something. Nah, it's ain't for me. Kobe, that's where I was at with it. That's where I was at with it. But go back to the NFL. What was your welcome to the NFL moment during the actual NFL game? Like, what moment were you like, man, damn, bro, like I'm really in the NFL right now?
Yeah, well, that happened in practice. And I'll tell you, the practice went first. So in practice, I caught a pass down the middle. And when I caught the pass, and I just kind of, call it. And while I'm clutching it, our safety comes over and he just blasts me. You know,
Mm.
in practice, man, they ain't throwing flags. I mean, just everything pretty much goes, right? I'm a
Yeah.
rookie. It was something like this, man. I get blasted, but I hold on to the ball and I get up. And I remember, I went ahead and started sprinting, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, what the hell just happened? This brother just ran straight through me. Like, there ain't no flag, ain't nobody else see that? Like, nobody else out here, like, So that was probably my first welcome to the NFL in practice. My
Mm-hmm.
first welcome to the NFL in the game was when we were playing uh, Dallas Cowboys. So I'm running down on punt. So they have prime time. Prime time's a returner, right?
Okay.
Okay. So he does. We see him in practice does a little skip, and he looking real cute. Got So I'm like this, man. Look, I'm fast too, right? You know what I mean? I'm just like, look, I'm gonna show my speed. This is what it is. Okay, I got a chance and opportunity to tackle, uh, you know, uh,
Prime.
Dion. Yeah, prime time. You know what I'm saying? Prime time is time to show up. So he does a little skipping, right? Darts to the outside. So I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm about to cut him off. You know what I'm saying? I got the angle on him,
Sizing him up.
sizing him up. I'm on like it's a full stride like this. Blew out. And I'm just, man, this fucking man folds me straight up. And I get hit over on the sideline, right? And while I get hit on the sideline, you see the whole Dallas Cowboys team is they cheering, woo, woo. And I remember Charles Haley. I don't know if you remember Charles Haley or not.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Charles Haley's like, Dunn. And I turn and look at him. He's like, ooh. And so I'm like, man, good hit, right? So I get up on one knee. The training staff comes out. And so they come to pick me up. I said, look, don't touch me. I said, because if you touch me, everybody knows you hurt, right? So just walk with me. Make sure I don't fall, okay? Just carry me all the way up to the bench. Just stay right beside me. So he's like, all right, Jason, we got you. But that was like my first, welcome to the NFL hit. And I'm talking about, man, that was probably one of the hardest I've ever been hit in my whole entire life. And I'll never forget about it because his name was Billy Baby.
I was going to ask you, do you remember who did it?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, I remember who did it. I'm looking at Billy this day. Matter of fact, Billy came up. He was a free agent. He came to Philly the very next year. So I'm going to go take Billy out on the town. Well, that year I chased Billy the very next game because we played. The guy in the division played him twice.
Yeah.
The very next game we played Dallas. Man, I'm chasing Billy all over the field.
Just to get that back.
I'm like, man, shit, I'm trying to get this joker back, right? So I see Billy the very next year. I said, Billy, man, you might not remember me. I said, man, you the one that hit me on Monday Night Football. It was Monday Night Football, too. That was another thing. It was Monday Night Football.
Damn.
He's like, oh, he said, man, that was you? I said, hell yeah, it was me. I said, man, I chased your ass all year, man. Try to get you back. I'm laughing about that, man. Yeah, it was funny. It was crazy. It was crazy.
He said I chased his ass all year. So I want to test your knowledge real quick. Your first touchdown pass. Do you remember what route you ran?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I ran
What was the route?
It was called a stick and go.
Okay.
Right? So you run it 5 yards and out. And stick, wide stick nod. Matter of fact, it was wide stick nod. That's what it's called on the West Coast. Wide stick nod. So you just go run the out, nod your head, come back inside. So the way it's supposed to happen, the design of the play is safety comes down, play you on the outside, linebacker plays you from the inside. What you do is just basically like an okie doke and go for an alley-oop. That's what I did. So I gave him a nod, turned over, look for the alley-oop in the middle, caught the ball over 2 guys, and come straight down with it. And man, it was that feeling of the first touchdown. It was just I
indescribable.
I'm sitting around and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to celebrate.
Who threw you that touchdown pass?
Oh, Ty Devin.
Ty Devin. Okay.
Ty Devin. Yeah, Ty Devin was he was a Heisman Trophy winner for BYU.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ty man was the first one.
You got DP Burke says, ask him the formation.
Eagle right.
Eagle right. That must have been your play.
Yeah, it was my play. He knows it because he played on there too, so he knows West Coast. Yeah, Eagle right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you in Philadelphia. You played there for 3 seasons, right? Okay. And he said celebration was horrible. Hey, DP Burks, do you happen to have footage of this celebration? Can you please send that to Quentin Walker at Beyond the Game? I need this touchdown celebration. But what happened in Philadelphia? Was your contract up, or what happened with that situation?
So after my 3rd year, which was my best year ever in Philly, I ended up getting hurt. So I ended up hurting my knee, and ended up having knee surgery around about the 11th game of the season. So I ended up my season that year, but I had the best production as I had when I was in Philadelphia. Come in, and this is Andy Reid's first year. This is where Andy first got up there.
Okay.
So, and I knew Andy. Me and Andy had before because he actually came down and recruited me when I was at Eastern, because he was Green Bay Packers tight end coach.
Okay.
They tried to get rid of Walt Miller at the time. So me and Andy knew each other since from back in the Eastern. Got to Philly, and it was a contract dispute to begin with, right? And so what they do is they still have you're a restricted free agent, meaning that the team still have their rights to you after your 3rd year. 4th year, you become a free agent, full and clear, right, from the team. So Philly didn't want to release me to any other team. They just want to keep my rights to me. And so what they ended up doing is giving me a tender, meaning they gave me a set of money that they was going to offer me for my production. So I was really pissed off about it because I felt like I produced more than what they was offering me. So we were really upset in contract talks. And so what ended up happening, I ended up signing the tender. But the very next week, they had pushed for me to come out there and start training camp, even when my knee wasn't healthy. So that was part of the problem. So here's how the NFL works, right? NFL, you're a commodity. And the thing is, it's all about, what can you do for me right now while I have you, a piece of me. So teams try to get guys to be on film if you get hurt or if something happens to you, they don't want to be liable for those things. So sometimes they even have you, trying to wait, and say, hey, look, this guy decided to get on the field, when he was hurt. If he doesn't make it, then we don't owe him any money. And so I wasn't down to do anything like that. And so they pushed me to come out when we started training camp, and I just wasn't ready. And I remember specifically asking the doctor, I said, so why are they pushing me to come out right now? He said, Jason, to be honest with you, he said, man, he said, I think they just try to get you on film that when you hurt, so they can release you.
Damn.
So that was kind of the deal. And so I ended up, so all right, I'll give you the rundown how it all happened. So end up coming in to the doctor the very next morning because he told me everything was going on. Uh, Coming to the meeting, and he reached Jason, I need to talk to you. So he talks to me. He comes. He's like, Jason, look, we know you weren't happy with the contract. We weren't quite happy with it. I know you kind of pissed off now about it. So I was like, yeah, and they're like, look, this ain't fair. You know it's not fair. He said, look, just go home and just, just take it easy. We'll get all this situated. So I remember I went to the shower. When I was in the shower, they had their guy come down. The contract guy came down in the shower like, Jason, need to talk to you. I get out of the shower in the locker room. He's just like, Jason, you know what? This ain't working out for us. Go ahead and grab your stuff and get out. I mean, it's pretty much like that.
Damn.
I mean, it's just, man, it's cutthroat with the league. I'm just like, wait a minute, hold on. Like, is there bad blood between us? He's like, no, you know what? You weren't happy with the contract. We're not happy. You want out of here? Fine. We're going to go ahead and give you out. I said, all right. He said, well, go ahead and just get your stuff and go. I said, no, why don't you pack my shit up and you can send it home to me, right? All right. I don't know if kids are watching, but
nah, you good. Nah, you good. You good.
That's how the shit went down. And so, here's the funny part. So we had a security guy. Maybe D-Lo, maybe you can help me out. The old man, about 80 years old, had glasses on. Kind of looked like when Martin Lawrence used to do the old the guy with the glasses. That's what he kind of looked like. And he used to have a little old duck bill, a knife in his pocket. And so every time he used to leave from practice, he used to always act like, man, I'm going to take y'all. Y'all get out of here. So they sent him down to come get me out of the locker room. I'm like, look, like, please, man, look, I ain't gonna cause no problem. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to, I'm gonna leave. You know what I mean? Like Jason, man, but yeah, Jason, make it on out here, man. They can't want me to come get you. I'm like, all right, but I'm good. And so that year, I didn't play that summer. So I started the summer with Philly, and they released me. And so when I immediately got released, I took some visits to some teams at that time, but my knee still wasn't ready. It wasn't ready at that time. So I ended up sitting that year, 99, that season out, because my knee still wasn't ready. So it was hitting.
So you said that for a little bit. When when your knee started to get healthy and everything, was Kansas City the main team that you wanted to go to, or did you have some other teams looking at you, or did you have interest in other teams?
No, I had interest in other teams, and I'll tell you this. So the first team after I got healthy, after the season was over, Miami called me up. So Miami brings me in. They have a contract area on the table. Jason, we want to sign you. Dave Weinstein became their head coach. So I'll go down to Miami. And I remember flying back on the plane, and I said, there's no way I could come down to Miami and play. There's just no way I could do it. I'd be out of the league. You got to know, you know what I'm saying? You got to know yourself. So I had just left Philly, all right? So I done left Philly around D.C., New York, you know what I'm saying? Pittsburgh. I mean, you name it. Leaving from that type of market and then going to Miami? No way.
I know.
Do it.
I know it.
Yeah, no.
The most important thing you said, I know myself, and I know I ain't. Hey, that was a smart business decision.
Oh man, I'd have been over here, man, popping bottles and having a good time on South Beach. Man, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. So I said to myself, the only place I know to go to that was kind of like Kentucky was Kansas City. Kansas City was a better kind of like mid-range place to kind of go and play. And so Marty Schottenheimer was the coach at the time. And Marty was the guy that I really, really liked, enjoyed. So yeah, so Kansas City was it.
Kansas City was it. So you get there. Was Tony Gonzalez there at that time when you signed?
Yeah, Tony was there. Tony was there when I signed. Yeah.
Okay.
Tony was there.
So you got to Kansas City. There was this guy there by the name of Derrick Brooks. Explain to me what that practice was like trying to block Derrick Brooks. I mean, not Derrick Brooks, but Derrick Thomas. Yeah,
Derek Thomas. So,
Derrick Thomas. Yeah.
yeah. So actually, here's the thing. So I played against Derek when I was in Philly, but that coming into that year when I signed with Kansas City, DT had already had the accident. That's when he got paralyzed. So it was after the Super Bowl when Derek had a car accident in Philadelphia or in Kansas City, and he was down in Miami. So I remember, man, that it was so tragic finding out about Derek. And then I didn't have a chance to play with him. And then it was just like, because it was a guy that everybody wanted to play with. I played against him, man. He was phenomenal when I played against him. But he never got a sack against me. I'll say that now. Right? DT with all the things, man. God rest his soul, man. It's my man, but he never got a sack. Never laid a hand on the quarterback when I was there. Yeah. Well, I played with a lot of good guys after Kansas City when I first got out there, though. A lot of good guys.
Like, yeah, we gonna hop on some of these good guys you played with at Kansas City. One of them was Andre Bad Moon Rising. What was he like as a teammate? He starts laughing.
Yeah, man. So Dre, man, Rising, man, Bad Moon Rising. He was a good dude, man. See, this was after all that, like Left Eye had just burned his shit down. Remember, she burned his house and shit down.
Yeah.
So that was something just to talk about in itself. You know what I mean? In the locker room. So I remember everybody just clowning him out during that time. Every time he say something, everybody like, look, I'm gonna get Left Eye on your ass.
So that was a joke in the locker room every time he got out of here. Hey, don't make me go get Left Eye.
Right, yeah. So now, Dre was cool, man. Yeah, cool people, real cool people. Matter of fact, I ended up taking his number because they ended up cutting me for that summer. So I called Dre up and said, "Hey, Dre, man, look," I said, "You don't mind if I have your number?" He said, "No, Jason, man, look, if anybody had a number, man, I'd rather it be you." He was like, "Man, I'm cool with that." I said, "Man, bet. I appreciate that." So, Dre, man, good dude, real good dude.
So also before we get to Tony Gonzalez and all of that, because I'm pretty sure people want to know about your relationship with Tony, but it's no coincidence that Priest Holmes and Larry Johnson also had some of their best running years while somebody was a blocking tight end. Is that correct, sir? So if you had to choose, which one was the better running back, Priest Holmes or Larry Johnson?
Ooh.
You see him up close and personal. So which one was the best running back, Larry Johnson or Priest Holmes?
You know what, man? They had two different styles, man. It just both of them was effective. You know what I mean? So what made Larry dangerous? Larry was big and he was fast, and he was also elusive for his size. So that's one thing I had never seen Larry get ran down from behind. Not that I seen Priest get ran down from behind, but a lot of guys got close to Priest. So Priest just had we call Priest the galloping ghost, man. That was the thing about it, man. I used to tease Priest all the time. I said, Priest, man, I said, the fans love you so much, man. You ought to ride in here on the chariot when you come in.
Everybody.
Man. Yeah, but they production wise, I think Larry had the most yards per catch. Yeah, that is a tough. I don't know, that's a tough one. The Priest, man, was just he was relentless, man. Relentless.
So for everybody watching, Jason, he said all of that to say not one answer. Who's the better running back?
Heard that to somebody else make a decision, man. It was both great. You know what I mean? It was both great. Matter of fact, now I'll go back to this. Shoot, I had two great running backs when I was in Philly. I think they ended up leading the division during that time with Ricky Waters,
and
Charlie Garner. So.
Were you there when Ricky Waters was there?
Oh yeah. I had Rick for 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did he ever show y'all his Super Bowl ring?
His what?
Did he ever show y'all his Super Bowl ring?
Oh yeah, all the time. All the time. But Ricky was, he was hanging out with the Wu-Tang Clan, so he used to rock with them jokers all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So he'd be around. I mean, he was when I'm talking about Hollywood, man. He used to have the sunglasses on, come out in the, I mean, literally like the movies, have his shirt wide open when he's coming out there to the press. You know what I mean? He had the whole starter kit, the Mr. T starter kit.
Had all his taco meat showing up top and everything. That's what's up. So you get there, and like you said, Tony Gonzalez is in Kansas City as well. What was your relationship like?
We man, I tell you what, it's always it's funny when you kind of talk about guys a little bit when you come in. Everybody's always looking who was walking through that door, right? So in the NFL, man, you're always looking over your shoulder. That's how it works. That's how what the NFL is. So Tony knew my reputation up here in Philadelphia. I had some good years in Philly. Uh, so when I got there, I came in to replace him. So he told me, JD, man, he said, look, man, when you came in, it was just not me, but Troy Drayton. He said, man, when y'all came in here, man, I just knew they was getting rid of me. I just knew it. He said, man, that motivated me so much to go out here and just play, and just kind of perfect my game. So we just, I mean, we hit it off. We hit it off. We really did. So guys, because you don't quite know how you're going to deal with the actual time, especially at the same position, because it's so competitive. You don't know if you're going to be low or not. I don't know if this guy's, trying to take my position. Is that a sign I'm out of here? What's the deal? So my thing was, when I came in, it was like a complimentary type of thing. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So I used to tell Tony all the time. I said, man, Tony, I was Tony Gonzalez before Tony Gonzalez was Tony Gonzalez. I said, man, you had a picture of me on your wall, when you was coming into the league. So I used to mess with him like that.
So what tight end would you say you molded your game after?
I tell you, I had when I came to Philly, man, I was blessed to have two great tight ends, older tight ends, veterans who took care of me. Jimmy Johnson and Ed West, the toolbox. So when they taught me everything I needed to know as far as NFL, defensive ends, how to play the game, play the position even better. I tell you, a guy that I really, really liked at the time, there was two guys actually, and they were bigger guys, was Eric Green, tight end for Pittsburgh Steelers, and Ben Coates,
Being coach.
New England Patriots. Yeah. So those two guys are guys that I really enjoyed watching. I really like, their game because they can do it all: block, catch football, and they can run. So that's what I like about them.
So give me a defensive end that you played against that you were like, man, this dude gonna give me some trouble today. What was the defensive end that you had trouble with in the NFL?
Oh shit, man! Every week is somebody different. Every week. Hey, look, let me run them down to you.
Go ahead.
I had Bruce Smith,
Mm-hmm.
man, Charles Haley, Kevin Green, Reggie White, the whole Bills defense. I mean, where do you want me to stop? I mean, Ian Harvey. I mean, it was every single week. I've seen a guy that was a Hall of Famer, and probably the one that I was shell shocked the most was Reggie White. Oh my gosh, Reggie.
That was going to be my next question. What was it like going up against Reggie White?
Okay. So I always remember seeing a video of Reggie White taking the one arm and throwing the tackle with one arm just tossing, right? So the whole week getting ready, Reggie White, we're going up there to Green Bay. So I get out there on the field, Monday Night Football, and I'm blocking Reggie White. So I'm blocking him. I'm just blocking. I'm like growling and running and getting there to get Reggie White, right? So the whole first quarter, he didn't say anything to me. Second quarter, he didn't say anything to me. I come at halftime, Reggie ain't said a word. He ain't talked. He ain't said nothing the whole game. Not a grunt, nothing. Not a cuss word. But, this time he was ordained minister. So I knew he wasn't going to cuss, you know what I'm saying? So somebody just thought, just wait. So third quarter, I'm blocking Reggie Wright. Charlie Garner breaks out for about 50 yards. So I'm running down Come back to the huddle. Reggie White smacks me on my butt. He's like, good block. I turn around as a fan. I put my hand out and says, man, thank you, Mr. White. Turn into a fan. Thank you, Mr. White. Man, you gotta shake Reggie White's hand. I said, man, that's Reggie White. Yeah, I'm trying to shake his hand. Absolutely. I'm so starstruck, man. So starstruck with it.
and, and especially the fact that he gave you a compliment at the same time.
Yeah. Oh man. Shoot. Mr. White is our address. Mr. White is what he earned. Believe me. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So let's take some of these questions real quick. We got a question from Sean. Which tight end do you like watching today?
Good question. Well, obviously I like watching Travis Kelce of Kansas City. I also like my man from San Francisco. He does a great job.
Kittle.
Kittles. Yeah. Kittles does a great job, man. So watching the two guys, man, play, I really enjoy watching them too. In Dooku, before he got hurt, Juku, whatever his name is, Cleveland,
yeah.
You know, athletic guy. You know, I really like watching him too. So yeah, those three guys, man, I really like watching as far as tight ends.
Let's see what else we got here. We said, ask him, does he remember Oliver Burnett's game since he played the Bills back then? It was his old high school coach. Do you remember Oliver Barnett?
Oliver Barnett, yeah, it was Oliver. Ask what position he played. I can't remember Oliver. I remember Fred Barnett that played with us as wide receiver. I don't know if he went to the Bills or not. I don't remember Oliver.
Okay. And then let's see what else questions we got here. How did it feel over the last few years to see Philly and KC win Super Bowls? Both your squads won.
Yeah. Hey, look, I was absolutely elated to watch Philly win it, and so I'm a legend still up there in Philly as far as they have the NFL legend. So I still go up there to Philly for games and having them win the Super Bowl. It's so exciting. I was just so excited for the city in itself.
Mm-hmm.
I knew how much the fans wanted. So when they got that close, man, I had to ride with Philly. But it was such an excitement watching them win the Super Bowl. So I was that close from going to the celebration. And when Kansas City made it, I'm just like, yo, this is bananas at this point, right? Another thing, just the lady going out there, but I was like, I am not gonna miss this celebration. So I made sure I made out this celebration with Kansas City Chiefs too. But man, those two teams, man, Philly and Kansas City, man, I was just so proud of the guys, but I was really, really happy and overjoyed for the cities in themselves because they both have great fans and great cities and fan base. So yeah, that was it.
Yeah. And Smith Mello, he said to us, Oliver Burnett, he played defensive tackle and defensive end. Do you still not? You remember him now?
Man, you know what? I don't know, man. I'm sure we hit each other. I know we probably clashed heads. I guarantee it. I'm sure we did. I guarantee it.
I'm gonna get to some more of these questions, guys. Just hold on. What's one quarterback that you would like to play with in today's game?
Today's game, without a doubt, Drew Brees.
Okay.
Sure. I like to play with Cam Newton.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes, of course.
Yeah.
And then of course, you just got to say Tom Brady, right? I mean, you just got to say Tom Brady.
Yeah, of course.
Just to see what kind of guy he is, what kind of ball he actually throws. You know what I mean?
I got you. How do you think you will fare in today's game? Because back in 96, 97, to when you came out, it wasn't as air raid and spread formations as it is now. How do you think you will fare in today's game?
Oh man, I killed it.
Killed it. Who would you be in today's game?
Trying to think of a big, strong, tight end. I'll tell you what, man. I like the tight ends, man, from the Titans. John
The
Smith
yeah,
and my man, what's his name? House.
it's not Delaney Walker, is it?
Delaney. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like Delaney
Delaney
too,
Walker.
man.
Yeah,
So these guys kind of had the same like body type, you know, kind of
yeah,
like me, you know what I'm saying? So it was, I'd have been more like that. But then of course, man, after I get the ball, I'm trying to run around you, but also I'm trying to run over you. So, but now, man, these tight ends out here pillow fighting, man. I'm sorry, I had to say it's a pillow fight out there. You know,
it's a pillow fight. Now, I was gonna ask you about. I was gonna get to that in a second. What do you today's game versus when you play? What's the main difference? I know you said the pillow fight. So, do you feel like the game has gotten a whole lot softer, making it worse, or has it made it better?
uh, so it's kind of a loaded question, but I tell you this, it's gotten better for trying to keep guys healthy.
Okay.
Okay, it's made it worse because now, uh, guys are not really getting hit. And I think sometimes what you do is it's just like this. You condition your body a certain way. Now, remember when they first started putting in these new rules, you start seeing more like soft tissue tears and whatnot, and guys getting hurt easier. And I think because they just weren't used to like the hits, they weren't used to like the physicality of the game being what it is and what it used to be. So I I kind of I hate the rule with the guys around quarterbacks' knees and legs and coming down on them, and that to me is just that's a horrible rule. I think it's a
Yeah.
terrible rule for the defense. But also too, I think sometimes guys got to get tattooed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
Sometimes you're gonna
needed.
be hit. Yeah, it's needed. It's needed. And I'm saying in a way that where it's not malicious. We know guys not targeting his helmet. We know things like that. But sometimes these things, these flashes coming out with the guy like, oh well, he intended, and you can't stop yourself, mid hit. You just can't do it. You hurt yourself more by doing it that way. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I always see it as that like they want to hurt you but not injure you. So they fine with hitting you hard. They're not trying to injure you. They just want to hurt you. They just want you to feel it. So you think twice about coming across the middle, coming up the gut, or whatever it is you're trying to do. They just want to hurt you. They don't want to injure you. They just want to hurt you real good.
that's right.
Kind
That's right.
of like little buddy did for the Cowboys with you.
Say it again.
I said kind of like a homeboy for the Cowboys when he got you your first game. He didn't want to injure you. He just wanted to hurt you on special teams.
Yeah, yeah. He just want to hurt. You never want any guys really hurt them to that degree, but you want to put a hurting on them so they remember.
Yep.
You know.
So we got Darius Hughes. He said, what would be the best advice for young high school tight ends today?
Oh man, best advice for young tight ends today is working on their route running, no doubt about it. And I think a lot of it is guys don't appreciate uh, learning how to read defenses. So route running and learning how to diagnose the defense. Know if it's man zone and how to get open. That's
Mm.
the main thing. And also too being physical. Sometimes we just lost that part of just being physical as a tight end. Sometimes we getting guys out there. Travis Kelsey is one. I'll go ahead and say it. He's not a great blocker, and it shows. It really shows that he's not. And not saying that he's not a physical guy when he gets the ball in his hand, but sometimes blocking the guys, you see where that tails off.
Hmm.
Being physical on defensive end allowed that when he's trying to block.
So pretty much what you're saying is physicality and pretty much film study is what the best advice you would give to high school students. Like stay in the weight room and watch film as much as possible.
As much as possible. Absolutely. And then, like I said, learn your craft, like, the route run, learn how to get open, learn who you're running against, so the transition's got to be smooth. Don't be robotic when you do it. So, yeah.
Gotcha. Well, Jason, man, I don't want to take up too much of your time. We done been on here for about an hour, almost a half, chopping it up. Everybody would appreciate you, sending the questions in. Jason, again, I appreciate you for stopping by and doing this for us. Is there anything else you want to say? Anything you want to promote? Anything you got going on right now?
Well, no, I mean, really, now at this point in my life, have to get it out of culture. I've started my own foundation, Dunn for Kids. I started out in Kansas City, and what I'm doing is I'm gonna bring that here to the state of Kentucky, and it's gonna be more so kind of geared toward getting guys more exposure,
Okay.
uh, and we're gonna deal with talking about academics. We're gonna talk about uh, how we carry ourselves as young men. We're gonna talk about financial advice. We're going to just talk about life things. And so part of this, I think, is something that's sorely missing. And that's another thing I said before. Sometimes it's teaching the coaches how to be coaches.
Mm.
And, we got to be more inspirational for the younger guys that's coming up. And I love that by D. Hughes. Appreciate you, Darius, asking that question. Because it's really about, bringing awareness to the forefront and getting the younger generation uh, these necessary skills to be competitive and to be great in this world today. So with this whole thing going on with the COVID-19, uh, awareness is key. It's where we got to be at, man. We got to speak our truth. And I think it's important that these guys also, too, look at athletes. And sometimes everybody gets the bad knock. I remember the whole thing. We'll have another segment about, LeBron James coming out saying what he said. But you know what the thing is? As athletes, man, we matter. And it's
Mm.
important that guys, especially in that position, has the responsibility to speak their truth and understand that they matter. And it's important that they do things that is helpful to their community and to their people around them, their families. So that's an important thing, man. But other than that, man, I just want to just real quick, man, to tell you, Q, man, I appreciate you having me. Thank you, everybody who came out here to watch this.
Yes.
I know we just kind of rambled around a little bit, man, but I enjoy the environment. I enjoy talking about this. So quick shout out to my family, my kids, my grandson Avery. I know he's supposed to be out here watching it. Chris, Jay, Leo, Di, Susan. Love you, boo, family. Here we are, man. All day, every day. My boys, I know y'all out there, man. Appreciate the support, man. You, man. Thank you, baby.
I know, man, no problem. Hey, man, like I said, if you ever need anything, man, holler at me. I'll do whatever it is you need me to do. Beyond the Game is a big supporter of you. Like I said, I appreciate you coming on, doing everything you done for me. And man, we'll have to get together. We'll have some drinks and talk about some other behind the scenes NFL stories and whatnot. All right, man. All right, Jason, I appreciate you, man. I'll let you.
All right, sure, cool.